Yeah, we're live everywhere. Like I say, I'm live on YouTube. Put a lot of my stuff over there. It's under Bo Malone. Uh, I'm going to be putting some new stuff out here pretty quick that are new songs. They're original songs. They're not stuff you're going to be hearing on the radio. Well, unless I get real lucky and somebody puts it on the radio, it's going to be us, guys. The cool part about YouTube, uh, you ever make a cup of coffee some mornings? Coffee can be just outrageously grand and good. Uh, it's awesome. Yeah. I play a Washburn. I bought it, I don't know, a few days back. A little place called Woodstock. All right, I can tune it up just a little bit. Oh, let's see what we can do here, folks. Take that around. Pow, pow, pow. Give it a couple of these, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. See what happens. Well, I'm on. I'm on, baby. I don't know. I ain't doing it right. I did something wrong again. Oh, well. All my boys be here today, man. Y'all don't know how great that is. When kids are all here. I can play about anything I want. No, don't. Don't know it, buddy. I'll look it up. If it's is it real or is this just some? It's not BS. I'll look it up. Anything to do with my namesake, for one, I'm cool with. But the other part, I love a good song. I don't care who's singing, who does it, what it's done in, who done it. Songs are just, that music has no. Music's supposed to be like art. You're supposed to love it and enjoy it. Uh, that's the way I am. I don't care. A lot of finger action to start with. And homepage. I don't have any numbers they got. I'm curious who that is. I know you'll say that, but I ain't curious about it at all. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Not gonna take his eyes away from me. I can't choose them anymore. Getting done, not to see. That's a cool song. Feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. You know, it had to be on some good drugs to do that long. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. My company put these guns in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. Long dark cloud is coming down. Feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Has anybody got anything to say? Hey, well, like I said, I don't really care what everybody does. I'm here. I don't care. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I ain't kidding. I ain't putting up with it. What's happening, Pod Camel? Come in here, bud. My boys are home, Bubba. I don't really care about anything else. I invite you to come in and get stuff about. Tell me shit about all that you, and I don't care. You can play with me. Give me breaks. But yeah, I'm good, Bubba. My shoulder's getting worked on tomorrow, and I don't care. My boys are home, and my age when your boys come home don't really matter. I give a shit less. One of them got in here, I don't know, about an hour ago, and I'm up ready to go and talk to him, and he's exhausted and wanted to go to bed, and I don't care. They're all home. If you have children and they get older, uh, you don't really care. Uh, they're home. What is it? Oh, I hear you. Well, come on in. You can talk to me at least. Long as you ain't talking about stupid stuff. I'm tired of people talking stupid stuff on here. Every time anybody says anything bad about this, what's that? I'm not doing it. I'm done. Uh, all that child bullshit. I'm way too old for that. Uh, yeah, I know what you mean when you played all day long. It's a bum. Are you all right? Tired? I imagine it's 3 o'clock. Well, yeah. Oh well. Little things that people don't realize. Uh, there's old. I'm not even on in there. Yeah. You come and talk. Todd's cool, guys. If you don't know Todd Campbell, follow him. What you doing, Bubba? What y'all up to? You look tired. Why don't you ask in bed?
You there?
Yeah.
I can barely hear you.
I can fix that.
I think it's on my end. It ain't.
Well, I can make it really crisp in here. That help?
Yeah, that helps some right there.
I mean, it can get. This is stupid, brother. No, when you get feed.
I'm sitting here eating pizza.
Bastard.
Played all day.
Awesome. My boys come home.
That's awesome.
Well, well, Chris got here, I don't know, about an hour ago, and him and Ava are in there asleep, and I got up by the time they got here and wanted to talk, and I don't know, he'd been, well, I think he'd been up yesterday. He said he got, I don't know, I think he put in a full day at work, and he drove home. And if you've got children, when your boys come home or when your kids come home,
right?
It doesn't. That's all that matters. They're home.
Right. Everything's right.
I mean, it feels different. You know, my baby's 34 years old. Do they need me? No. And one of my boys are grown. They don't need me.
Oh, they do.
No.
They don't need you in the way you're saying.
Well,
they need you though.
Well, yeah. But I put them out, and I have left my boys in the deer stand and said, "Toughen up, shoot something."
I got you.
My oldest son is my oldest son's gay. Him and his boyfriend both. I don't care. You know, I have some good kids. Oh, I had a wood section digital delay on my stuff in here. I stepped on it yesterday, Scott. You go to be in here. It was funny as hell. It shorted out. It's probably 20 years old. But when I stepped on it, everything went to screaming. And
hey, what's going on, buddy?
Not much. What are you doing? Down the road. And somebody said something about everybody was gone. Everything. I've had it with all that bull. Anymore, anybody comes in and start with their little schoolyard antics, I'm done with them.
Yeah. What was so funny, man? You know, you just talking about it. You sent me a message, and I ended up. All I did was I just got rid of all my moderators because a lot of people that I had in my live was getting blocked. It was getting deleted, and instead of trying to figure out who it was, I just took everybody off. You know what I mean?
I'm not doing it.
And I know the ones that were good. You know what I mean? Bash and Wine Time and them. That was all I messed with. I just added them back. So screw everybody else.
Well, I'm done with them. If they come in here and say he said she said shit anymore, because it made me mad last night. What they were going, well, this, that, and that. And I go, I just went to bed on them.
Right.
Me and Aunt Betty, I started the show last night at 7:30, and I was going to just do a 30-minute show, and I worked up all my songs, and everybody kept talking to me. Well, happy birthday, Todd, evidently.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Johnny. Happy. Yeah, my birthday was yesterday.
Yeah. No wonder you wasn't around. You had to work your ass off on your birthday.
I was in the middle of hell when I got a message from you, and I was in the middle of a show. I actually went live. I was trying to go live from my show, and you sent a message that said you was cutting ties, and I said, "What the hell?" I just started typing. It was like bullshit, dude.
Well, they're all sitting there. I didn't know. Everybody was going, well, this, and I'm going, bullshit. And then everybody was going, and I'm going, well, you don't talk. I'll just leave everybody. I don't need anything or anybody except my boys and mama.
Right.
I made every damn thing else I need, and I don't need all that bullshit. In wine time, she hit me, Todd. She drove about 2 hours over here and hit me with a stick. That ought to got her in the window.
Listen, wine time, she's the best.
I know it.
What I mean? And I always said, I told those people, because everybody was crying about all that, and I said, listen, if you really want to help me moderate, you still going to moderate and do it. You don't need a title to do it. You know what I mean?
I don't care. I don't know how to take them all. Well, after all that bull of just that and that was last night, I told Sherry, we sat there and she said, well, you ain't going to do that. You just put them out and you don't have to talk to anybody. I know.
Yeah.
Well, what you don't know is Sherry's sister had a stroke last night. And they took her to the hospital. And I don't think she's going to make it between me and you.
Man, that's awful.
Yeah. She made her choice. We all did. At our ages, sometimes that phone rings. If it's one of my good friends, I'll let her die. My wife answered just, I don't have to know if somebody died.
Yeah.
That's bad, but it's true.
My dad used to look at obits and he'd always say, Ham, beat that. I said, shit, man. And when my dad did die, dude, I just thought of that at first. That was one of the first things I thought of. See, he always said, you listen, you'll think of my ass, and then you'll laugh. And I was like, well, good point. I didn't really laugh, but.
Well, my dad made me go. My dad made me go to the shop every day with him. Well, I hated it, Todd. I'm not gonna lie. I hated it. Daddy would whoop my ass, make me water sand cars. I'd get ass whooping 2-3 times a week, just general purpose of not. No, I ain't doing it today.
Just a general purpose ass whooping.
Yeah, Daddy, Daddy was a man. Yeah, I'm like some of these kids getting around his ass today.
I'd found up quick with it.
Yeah, roll them eyes at that man.
See how that goes for it. Yeah.
Daddy didn't
My
play.
dad was pretty stern on that.
Now then, hence the boys. I don't know. I don't even know if my dad ever whooped any of my kids. They worshipped him.
Right.
I don't even know if he kept them. No, Dad would come get my boys. Sure, he got real mad at him. He I don't remember. It was probably in the 90s. He come got all 3 boys and took them to the football game. Took them out of school. Yeah, sure he wasn't happy. I I knew better than saying anything.
You said to leave it alone, right?
I'd had ass whooping. I didn't need nothing.
You knew what was on the other end, right?
Well, even when you were 30 years old, if your dad got on your ass, it hurt, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And
absolutely.
Everybody thinks this is weird or whatever you want to think, but when Dad talked, it hurt worse than ass whooping.
Absolutely, man.
And Mama get a hold of you.
Yeah, man. Oh, God. Well, I made one bad decision. And it wasn't even a bad decision. Well, I mean, I made a ton of bad decisions, but I'm saying one where my dad looked at me and he said, "Man, I'm disappointed in you."
Oh, that hurt.
You know? And it wasn't even anything really stupid. It was I was doing something, I can't remember what it was now, but it was a job, and I just couldn't. I know what it was now. My dad worked radio, and I had to go to school. All right, and it was Sunday night. It was a UK, or it was a NASCAR race or some shit. It was a NASCAR race. I was running on the radio. And after that, they have the damn after thing, and everybody's got to talk for 17,000 hours about Jimmy Johnson and every other person on the face of the planet or whoever, you know what I mean? And then they were doing some wrap up, and by this time it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was falling over, but I had to go to school the next day, you know? And I was like, the first show was over, and we still had another hour show after that, talking about random shit, and I thought, fuck it, ain't nobody listening to this shit at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know what I mean? So I just went ahead and sent it back over to satellite, the programming, you know? And I swear the minute I fucking turned it off, and it said, "Hey, when you get home, I need to talk to you." I was like, "Oh, shit." And he just said, "Man," he said, "I'm disappointed." He said, "It's an hour." He said, "Your life ain't going to end." He said, "Your ass could have went and stayed 1 extra hour." And he said, "You're fired." My dad fired me. And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I got you." But that was me. You know what I mean? That was on me. I learned a valuable lesson that day. Even when you're 16, you think you know it all.
No.
Shit, you know?
Dad never fired me. I hate to admit this. When I was 16, I went to work at a Baskin Robbins ice cream parlor. I'd do anything not to work in water sand cars. Right. People don't know. I mean,
I used to do it all the time.
Yeah. Well, but you were getting paid.
That's what I did. So.
But you got paid.
I know all about it.
I never got paid. Well, according to me, I didn't get paid. Daddy said you eat. Yeah. Okay. You know, and I wasn't near nothing like that on my boys. I really wasn't. And you know, and like Dad said, my granddad was a lot worse than that on him. Because I've heard my daddy look at my granddad and say, "Well, you would have busted my ass for that." My granddad give me a little pat on the back and $20. Well, $5, but still. It's weird. And I'm hoping I'll get some grandkids out of one of these little dogs pretty quick. Back in your time. Oh, where y'all playing at? And there went Todd. He's dead. His phone died. Yeah, I don't know you either. It's cool. A dirt road. That's cool, buddy. Yeah, there's weird funny. You know, it's a weird thing. Dad had air compressors all the way. He had that old air compressor. It made a wild noise when it was starting up. And loud. Oh, God, they were loud. But no body shop, that's the way you run them. Yeah. You can tell he was tired. He'd been up all night playing, or all day playing, what he said. It gets old. That's his job, too, you know. Same man makes a living now playing. He's a good guy. And why? Good to see you this morning, baby. How you been? Mm-mm. You want to come in and talk for a minute, Wayne? Please. Todd, I'm a pretty cool guy. Oh, that's a good cup of coffee right now. That's really one good coffee. Mm. Yeah, that's pretty shocking. I don't blame you. I wouldn't have got it. Okay. I'm just wanting to talk this morning. I don't, not in a jamming mood. My shoulder don't feel good. I'll play some, but I'm not going to get all into it. Not this morning. Oh, well. Ooh, anybody, man, got something to say? Want to talk about it? Any good subject? I don't care. We can talk about anything but politics, and I don't care what else we talk about. I just don't really care hearing about it. The world and gone. Damn it. What I'm doing, I don't know. Broke. Man, don't get old, guys. Wow. Damn it. I didn't know I'd done that. Oh, come on. Oh, that's good coffee. I have I've lost 60 pounds, guys, by drinking coffee. Well, let me read. I drink apple cider vinegar and lemon in my coffee. I only have 1 cup a morning. Uh, regular coffee with Folgers. But I put a half teaspoon of lemon juice and then a full teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in it. I'll show you. I don't mind. Don't break. Oh, I can't lift this shoulder up. Uh, that's what 60 pounds gone look like. Kind of wild. Uh, yeah, I got 20 more pounds to go, and then I'll get a new shirt. And Mama said her and the doctor decided that. Yeah, I figured out what actually worked and got my coffee done. Yeah, it's a 4X size, and I can wear 2X now. I weighed 298 pounds in December. Stepped on the scale at 231 pounds here. That's full. Thank you. Yeah. Uh, well, I had a diabetic stroke that started all this mess, and it's just been a fight since. And it's all of me being too fat. Uh, the bigger you get, the more you just sit there. It's not a good thing. I don't know. Daddy passed. And now then COVID come along and my sister gone. Some things just don't hit you till it hits you. Well, there we go. Miss Wine Time. Guys, this is one of my favorite all-time TikTokers. 3, 2, 1. Good morning, ladies. How you doing, buddy?
Good morning. Good morning.
All the boys.
How's it going?
All the boys are home.
I can't hear you.
All my boys are home.
Oh, I got you now. Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah, barely. I can barely hear you.
You can barely hear me?
Barely. It's really low.
Wow. That one screeched. Check.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Locked. They got my new drum machine going. That really made me a lot louder. I hope. I don't know. That's screeching back in my ear. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but it went down. It's like it was louder and then it went down again.
Well,
when Todd was in here, it was kind of hard to hear you too.
I don't know what they. I turned stuff off. Maybe. That helped.
Can you hear?
I hear everybody. I mean, it's so loud. Let's do that. That ought to be, did that do it?
Yes, that did it.
I figured out where it was feeding back at now. That guitar is feeding back through my guitar.
Oh. Okay. Well, how are you doing this morning?
Good. Boys are home. Well, between you and me, fell down a while ago. My butt scratched up my hand. I don't know. My damn feet are swelled up like, I don't know. I'm ready to get my shoulder fixed today or tomorrow.
Tomorrow, you're going tomorrow?
Yeah. But like I told Sherry, you know, all I'm gonna do, if I can get all three of the boys home, they can operate on me twice a week.
Do you have to go into Dallas to do it, or do they do it up there?
No, they're doing it here. Yeah. They're doing it here. The boys they're quite ecstatic at the moment about it. All of them being here. Oh, and my sister-in-law, I told her it. And I'm going to tell you another story. There's a guy, and his name is Blake, and he's my cousin. And he lives in Colorado. He was born with diabetes. The guy's 30-something years old. Real religious feller. He preaches a lot. Becky! Anyway, he won't take the, he's not in on that vaccine, but his kidney went down, and his mama gave him a kidney. Well, the matches and everything's fine, and they go to they live in Colorado. When they go up to get it, the operation done, they won't take the vaccine. Him or his mama, neither one will take the vaccine. For one, they're afraid it'll change their DNA where their kidneys won't match. And so they send them here to Texas because San Antonio's the only place that they'll do it, the kidney transfer, without the vaccines.
Oh.
So, well, his religion won't let him do it, for one. He don't believe it. And I understand that. I mean, honestly, I would have never took the vaccine if my sister had it passed. Uh, but they want $180,000 to give this guy a kidney.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
My mama throwed in 10 grand, but that's still a lot away from 180.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do a GoFundMe on that deal. He's got a GoFundMe up already. It's Blake Miller, but yeah, I'm gonna next week. I'm gonna try to really push for him and see if I can get a bunch of people. Even if everybody just donates $5, everybody don't realize that.
Go something at your church, do some kind of something with the church.
Here's the problem with our church. There's 80 members, and I'm gonna say 30 of the members, they're home. They can't afford anything, and there's probably 6 or 7 of us that can actually pay for something and donate for something. And I'm lucky enough I can donate $10,000 to something like that, and I do every once in a while. But we can't hurt ourselves either. I mean, I can't go out and make $10,000 now. I used to go out and I could go get a job. We can't work.
Right.
Way to go, man. I don't blame you. That no jab is, I think I know it's a bad thing, and I lost a lot of, cool, DJ. I lost a lot of friends, and I lost friends that were just, honestly, some of them, I don't think they passed from COVID. I think they just marked it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm serious.
That is true. Yeah.
One of my friends I know, the man was doing heroin the day he died. And you can't tell me, he done it for years. And the wild part is he was really, really, really a good harp player. And I mean harp like this. The old big harp was awesome. Yeah. I've known a lot of harmonica players, and they call them harp. Oh, I'm sorry. They're typing at me, Wayne. And I'm not stupid. Here, I'll show y'all. I actually run this. Let me keep that way. I run YouTube. Look, new drum machine. I just don't know how to work it unless the boys are here. And I don't think Chris has been asleep maybe 40 minutes. I don't think he's going to. No. He just drove from Dallas. He worked all day and then drove 3 hours to hear him and his wife.
He's going to take you to have your surgery tomorrow?
No, they're just hanging all day today. Yeah. They're all here with Mom. I'll blast it. I've had a tomahawk in there. I know it's been in there a week under Chris's marinade, and he'll cook all that today. And if you don't know what a tomahawk steak is, what it is, it's a rib off of a cow, and they're about this long. They're this thick, and they weigh 4 to 5 pounds. When my son gets through with this, you'll go in there with a fork and go, not a knife, a fork. And then they melt. You know what Saltgrass Steakhouse is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Chris worked at Ruth Chris for, I don't know. Chris has always been, he's always worked in restaurants. Yeah, they're a big steak.
They're not cheap either. Not cheap at all. Unless, you have your cow slaughtered or, you get slaughtered.
Well,
But that's not cheap either. I had one slaughtered this year and cost me almost $2,600.
Yep. Well, my sister, she had a ranch right up outside of Muleshoe. And they were raising those Kobe style. I call it Kobe style because they're not. What they do is they put them cows and they'll pack them into a pen where they can eat and poop, and that's all they do. They're not allowed to move around a lot, and no, it's just fat meat.
There's meat cows there.
And people say what they want to.
I mean, you're buying worse at a grocery store,
If I had my choice, I'd have 100 chicks out there with the first of every spring. I'd already have them out there growing.
Yeah.
My mother.
Yeah, we have two small calves right now. We have two small calves now that we bought that we'll do, next winter, and then, of course I got chicken. Well, I'm from Texas. We got, how we are.
You know what? The boys are going today. A friend of mine's we're right off of the river.
Texas.
And the feral hogs here are, and if you don't know what a feral hog is, really what a feral hog is a domesticated pig that has went back into the wild. And they became wild pigs
mean
again.
As hell.
Well,
mean.
That's not the problem, really. I mean, we made them.
They tear up everything. We keep on tearing up my back fence. I can't keep them. I've had people here just to hunt them, just to get them out, because I'm spending more money trying to fix my fence.
I've got a buddy that puts those. Uses 4-inch cases, and they'll put them 6 foot in the ground with cement. And now they're having to do blocks of cement because they'll root a piece of pipe that is 4 foot in the ground with cement around it. They'll root it plumb up out of the ground.
Or kill themselves hitting their nose against it.
Yep. And the fields, oh my God. Anyway, when the boys comes to town, he's funny. He comes over and tells the boys here, well, they're hunting today, right? Well, you have land. I don't know how much land you have, but what's it like to have somebody that's actually going to go out there, kill their hogs, load it all up, clean their stuff up? There won't be a shell left when my boys leave. If there is, it's by accident. They respect everything. They won't leave a cigarette. But people used to be shocked when I smoked. After I smoked a cigarette, I smoked Marlboro Lights for years. But I would take and just put it out I'd put all the tobacco out, and I'd have the filter, and I'd put them in my pocket. And everybody look at me funny. I couldn't throw them on the ground. That's trash.
Yeah.
And if you've ever been around where somebody's thumping cigarettes out, my dad, those old butts, because later in life he went smoking one with, the Advantage, I think is what they were called. They had a hole in the side of them. I don't remember, because he smoked Marlboro Reds for years, and then he went to that Viceroy or something. He had a hole right in the middle of the filter. But Daddy would just thump them old things over outside the shop. He had a pile. Funny.
Better not leave trash around.
Well, it's funny how silly things like that you remember about your dad. The guy in here a while ago was talking about when he got around wood, or the smell of wood, or hear somebody cutting wood.
Yeah.
Evidently,
yeah, I
his
heard him
dad
say
was.
that, yeah.
His dad must have been a carpenter or a cabinet maker or something.
Yeah.
My mother's dad worked on the railroads, and he got his arm caught between two of the train cars somehow. Anyway, it cut it clear off about right here. He just had a stub from there down, and he would take, and I don't know how the man done it. I used to watch him, but he'd put his paper in that bend in his elbow, and he'd fill it full of Prince Albert and cherry pipe tobacco. And he would get it all fixed up, and you mess around a little bit, and he'd take it, and it was done. I mean, he'd roll a nice cigarette, and I don't know, it was probably 7 or 8. He said, "Can you do these?" I learned to roll cigarettes when I was like 7, 8 years old. I sat there and rolled my granddad's cigarette for him. And it was all I could do to get there to do it for him.
Yeah.
And this is another one weird one. I can't get people laugh at me when they find out what my candy is. This is my candy. I'm a diabetic, and I get very, very few of these. They're orange slices. Nobody likes them but me, I think. I'm probably the last person in the world that buys them. Don't laugh, Juan. Now you want me to show you the real trick? Because ain't none of my kin folks, well, there might be a few of them drug addicts out, but for the biggest part. Now, everybody thinks that my picks are worth millions of dollars for some reason. This is what's under all my. They don't get them no more.
Yeah.
Well, you don't think about it, but orange slices are, they're cheap, probably one of the cheapest candies there are. But picks have gotten expensive. It costs you like 15, 20 cents for a pick nowadays.
Everything has gone up. Got expensive. Man.
What are you doing, Juan? How's work and your boss?
Oh.
I know.
That's another subject, man. It was really bad. You know, I told you that his wife filed for divorce like 5 months ago, right?
Yeah, that's over now.
Yesterday, she messaged me and she said, "Hey, I need you to meet this guy at the office. He wants to buy the place, and he's gonna put his money down, earnest money down on Monday." So I went to the office and I'm looking at this man, which, you know, is going to be my potential new boss, supposedly. And he said, "I've got to put the earnest money down Monday. I got to do this." And I looked at him and I said, "You know, I've got to be really honest with you." I said, "How are you going to buy a business that's already tied up in a divorce?"
You can't.
He said, "What?" I said, "Yeah, there's already a legal pending." I mean, my boss has only been in the hospital, what now, almost 2 weeks? I mean, you can't sell the business out from underneath him. And he said, "Well, his son has power of attorney, so he can sign for him." I said, "He's in a coma. You know, the doctors didn't say he's not going to come out of it. They, you know, you can't do that. That's not legal." So, yeah, that's.
You may lose your job, baby.
Huh?
You may lose your job.
Well, I mean, at this point, she's not going to fire me. I mean, I'm the only one that knows how to do everything. She don't know how to do anything, you know?
I don't blame you. I mean, I'm just reading.
I mean, how can you try to sell business to somebody when there's, you know, what? You know, I was like, "What are you doing?" You know? And so I called her and I said, "You told me to be honest with this man and to talk to him." I said, "And why didn't you tell him there was divorce pending?" And she said, "Well, Charles is the son. Well, he has the power of attorney. We can sign it since he's in a coma." And I said, "All right, and you know, I mean,
And then you do about it.
I don't think." I mean, I don't think that's legal. I mean, I'm not an attorney, but, you know.
I can give you a number. No, seriously.
He has an attorney. He has an attorney in Canton that I actually know her, and so I'm gonna call her Monday and find out. I mean, of course we would rather somebody buy the business because they want to keep all of the employees, but we don't want this to happen underneath our bosses. While he's in a coma. I mean, what if he comes out of it and he's fine?
Well, you know why they're doing it. You know it. I know it. My sister passed during COVID. There was one. She left a $5 million insurance for the boys. My sister had no children, and she left one for her husband. And her husband decided that he wanted all of it, so they're all fighting with lawsuits. My brother told me, he said, "Well, you need to get an attorney." No, I don't want it. Huh? I don't want nothing to do with this. Y'all can go fight what you want to fight in court. I don't need the money. I didn't earn it. I don't need it. Yeah, you're going to have to get me some of them lures. I'll have to send you some money one time.
It's money. That's what she said. She said, I want my money from this building. That's it. And the woman never worked a day in her life. My boss, before he got into this business, he was CEO of, which now is Brinker, but it used to be a different company, like Pizza Huts and all that. Now it's Brinker, but before it was another company. He was CEO of that company before he bought the Lake Work company. So, I mean, all his kids went to Ole Miss. He's taking care of all of them. And now it's just about money, and it's ridiculous. All of us employees care more. I mean, after she told us all this stuff about selling, we finally said, well, is there any news on Ronnie? And she goes, oh, well, I guess you can call the hospital. Oh, my Jesus.
It don't surprise me. I'm not going to kid you. That one don't surprise me one bit. Yeah. But the funny part is my sister was an attorney. Money.
You told me that she was a big attorney.
And they're all going to waste it. They're wasting half their inheritance. Well, Stuart went in there. I don't know. He tried to tell them there wasn't a will, and he was the only person that. And I'm going, oh my God! And now then the wheels come out, and he went and got a couple of our distant cousins that moved to New York and got them to sign some papers and took out money out of her accounts and stuff that he was not supposed to do. Now then, it's really. I laughed at him. He called me and he said, well, you're not getting an attorney. You're going to be on my side, right? And I said, just like that, and hung up. Like I'm going to be up against my kids or my brother. I'm not.
Right. I mean,
I don't care.
The money with you. I mean, these people are just, it's crazy.
Well, but it's theirs. They need it. They got to have. And I laughed at him. And that's like I told my brother. He's in his 60s. I'm not. Honestly, we're on our way out. What do you want a bunch of money for?
Yeah.
Truthfully.
So your kids can fight for it? Do the same thing?
No. Well, see, that's the problem. She left. They're in the will. And he can't, it's non-contestable. Did you get an attorney? There's somebody talking about it. The grandparents took everything when their dad died.
Yeah, I was reading what Mandy said. It's sad.
Huh? And, well, the problem with Stewart is if he would have just let it probate run out, well, you mean tell you who's winning, really winning right now? Insurance. They're not paying anything until this is over. They want everybody to fight. And like I told them all, Robbie was attorney and she would have told every one of you, you can't fight this. She fixed it. Now y'all are all going to waste a whole bunch of money fighting it. Y'all get after it. I don't have time for it. I don't need it. I really don't. I don't care. I just don't care no more. I mean, just like Terry said, if you got enough, you got enough.
Yeah. Sad.
Yeah,
it's really sad.
And like you said, she had left that man. I don't blame you, Mandy. Do you play Mandy? We're always. I hate drum machines. I hear you. Well, when my mom and dad passed, mom passed before dad did, but mother gave us what she wanted us to have. And then when mom passed, I couldn't even go home. I couldn't go in the house. I don't think my brothers and sisters did either. I know my aunts and uncles, or a lot of my aunts. I'm not going to call them out. Not the ones that are alive anymore, but yeah, I'd hear it from my cousins if I call them out. Yeah, I had like 3 aunts that were fighting over dishes. And I'm going, really? You know? But I remember we went to the funeral and they all went back to the house to start splitting up things. I'm going, I didn't care. I didn't want to. Dad didn't go back to the house. When mom passed, Dad couldn't go back to the house. He just, and I'll be honest with you, if Sherry passes before I do, they can do something with me. I'm done. I can't live without my wife. I know that upsets the boys kind of, but because I've told them. You know, we've been together 52. Well,
that's a long time. How old were y'all when y'all got married?
18.
Really?
And we didn't have to. Yeah, we did. My wife gave me the ultimatum. I'll be honest with you. She did. She told me, she said, are you serious about me? I said, yeah, I'm serious. You know, and I've always been a jokester. She said, well, you've got a choice. We can get married and start our lives, or I'm going to go start dating somebody else. She said, I'm good. And she's been boss ever since. Don't tell her I said that.
But you're happy with that, you know. That's you know, y'all work that way.
I remember. This is a funny thing. Mama had a washing machine with a crank on it, and the old ringer, and the ringer motor had quit on it, and you could crank it, and Mother used it, and when we first got married, Sherry, that's what Sherry's washing machine. Mother gave that to Sherry. I was born on April 30th, 1951. I've washed maybe 2 loads of clothes in my whole life. My mama washed them, and my wife. Even when I was in college, though, uh, that year that we were going to college, I graduated when I was 17, and I started college, and that's really when Sherry, I think, well, she knew. Uh, Sherry knew. She said when all my buddies and everything playing in bands and everything, all them old girls around, and she knew when she married me that I wouldn't, that people today get divorced just at the drop of a hat. When
Yeah.
my day, well, except idiots like that guy's wife that's suing him over stupid. But it was an embarrassment for you to get a divorce.
Yeah.
You didn't really want to talk about it.
It definitely was. My mom was the first one to get a divorce in our family, and I mean, I was a kid, and it was, I mean, oh yeah, my mom was all kinds of names in a small town. You just.
Where were you raised at?
Just, in Wills Point. I was raised where I live now. After I went to college at SMU, so after college I lived in Frisco, Rowlett area until 5 years ago, and then 5 years ago I built my house here and in the country, and I have a 9-year-old, so raising him in the country,
Lucky.
Yeah. It's definitely different, But yeah, I went to school here all 12 years, lived here my whole life, and, now my son goes to school here, so. My daughter, she graduated from Rowlett, so,
She little uppity.
Yeah, she was raised in the city.
All right, I'm going to say something. Ava is Chris's wife. Ava is probably one of the sweetest ladies ever meet in your life. And how Chris got her, I do not know.
That's the son that owns a restaurant in Dallas, right?
Mm-hmm. But
okay.
My oldest son, Jeremy, he works at DFW. He's an air traffic controller.
Right, yeah, you were telling me about
and
that. Yeah.
Chris is copper patas, or they sell those little bit wannabe tacos. Tapas is what they say. They bring out 3 of them little things and say, "That's $28, baby."
I know.
And he told me the other day, he said, "Pop," he told me, he said, "It seems the less I put on the plate, the more they'll pay." I said, "What, he's going to be bite-sized here pretty quick?" Yeah, I am. And anyway, my youngest, he owns All Star Comics. If you buy anything off eBay, all that stuff, it says All Star Comics. That's my youngest. That's the baby.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my baby is 6'3", about 300 pounds. And for some reason, he's doing that stupid MMA stuff. And he's 32 or 33 now. Don't tell him I don't know exactly. I have to ask his mama. But he's been into that stuff for a long time. And he broke, I don't know how many bones and stuff he's broke. I keep telling you, but he's to the age now that he's really just coaching and helping other guys. But my oldest son is gay. He has he has. He won't get married. I don't know what the thing is. I do know. Jeremy's just, he ain't gonna let anybody have part of his money. Like he said, he was sitting there one day, he said, we don't have to get married. He said, I'm really not into that marriage thing and you being able to take half of my money. Yep. Now then,
How old is your oldest kid?
huh?
How old is your oldest kid?
46, I think. 40, yeah, he's
Okay.
46.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then you've got, well, see, Chris and Eric are actually, Chris and Eric,
Have a good night.
well, they're close. And Jeremy, he's 10 years earlier. And, there's a big difference between the two young ones and the old one. And Ava is a black lady, and she is a lady. Don't say anything about her. I'll whoop your ass over it.
Yeah.
And Eric he's with an Asian lady. I think I raised them right. What you got down to is it don't matter. They found who they loved. And I don't know, people look at you funny when I say with this. I eat a lot of peasant food, and they say, "Huh, macaroni with tomato sauce?" And my wife makes it. I can't tell you what she puts in it. The boys will fight over it. Chris makes it too, but he says it ain't as good as his mama's. But I ain't telling him.
Yeah.
But Ava makes this. They're green beans, and they're not cut up. They're long green beans. I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the fresh green beans.
Right.
Yeah.
She cooks those, and she puts bacon bits in there. I don't know what I can eat those. I can make a meal out of it. Just that, but her beans. Chris says that's the only reason I love her.
She's a Southern cook, probably from the South.
Oh yeah.
She'll learn to cook down here.
Oh yeah. She's I know her mom and all of them live up there on Illinois Street in Dallas. You know where? It's right off the interstate. You know exactly where I'm talking.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think that's like Oak Cliff area.
Mm-hmm.
I think
it's exactly where it's at. Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, I know that the boys, or Chris and Ava both were moving her mama. North Richland Hills, I think, is where they're moving her to. I don't know. Anyway, they're moving her around. My boys actually help take care of their in-laws and stuff like that. Now, Eric, him and Lynn will never get married. She's a school teacher, and like I say, he owns his own business, and they do not want children, both of them.
Really?
I mean, she's a school teacher.
Yeah.
And I don't even know why she's her nationality. She kind of funny about it because you can ask her, "Well, where are you from? Vegas?" Anything you say, she ain't telling you. One day I forget, somebody said something to her. She said, "Does it matter?" And I never asked again after that. I've never said anything else about it. But she's right. What does it matter? Where are you from? I'm proud of my boys, though. Yeah, you're right. You'll see. You're raising yours right.
Yeah.
My boys we lived in Plano for a bit, or I did. I was working up in the car lot there. And anyway, the boys come up that one summer we're staying, and we were actually staying with my sister's place. That's after they bought the ranch. But the boys, I guess they were about 12, 11 or 12 anyway. Wow, Oxford, that's cool. But they were throwing a ball against the next door neighbor's garage door that summer. And I knew the guy. There was four of them out there throwing the ball. One of them was his son. One of them was the neighbor's kid the other way. And then my two boys. They dented this man's garage door. They were throwing hard enough that they were practicing, but they were throwing hard enough they were putting dents in this man's garage door. His son was out there too.
Yeah. Well, Plano used to be real nice. I mean, that was. I used to work on 15th Street down there. I mean, Plano was real nice. Now it's not as nice, but that used to be high class neighborhood.
Yeah, I know. Well, anyway, he come outside and busted everybody's ass. And the boys come home, and they said nothing. My boys knew. But the other kid, Michael Lowry, I don't know why his name comes up, but yeah, Michael Lowry. His mama come up there and said, well, I'm filing charges. I'm blah, blah, blah. I said, well, go ahead. She said, well, he can't whoop my kid's ass. He did not hurt them boys. He warmed their asses up. Did it hurt them? My boys were not going to tell me. I would have never known it if she had to come up wanting me to help call the cops and all that. She wanted me to do something about it, and I'm going, I don't want to have to buy a new garage door, but I said, I've got to. I said, she, what do you mean? I said, well, you should, are you going to chip in on it? Oh, she was mad. But,
oh my gosh.
I told her, you know.
I mean,
well,
got whooped by everybody.
You didn't want your mama to find out somebody else whooped you for something.
Oh, no. You were hoping by Sunday when church came, they forgot about it. Yep. I mean,
we were, we had a creek on the back of the place out there. Well, just no dried creek bed out there in Odessa. But the bluebonnets would actually grow up there on one side of the creek, kind of, and there was a road, dirt track. And then there was across the way there's another lady owned all that on the backside. And me and a buddy of mine decided to pick bluebonnets. We're 6, 7 years old. I don't know. We weren't. But people don't realize when I was that age, the biggest thing Mother said is get your butt outside and play. You don't need to be in this house. You want to go to work or you want to go play. We were gone. We didn't want to stay in the house. But yeah, she got us, and we were.
Come home till the street lights come out. When the street lights come on, you better get your butt in.
Yep, time me in the house. But she did. She warmed us up for picking bluebonnets off her side. And she said, and then she started telling us about how much trouble we could get into. Hey, Storm, about for picking bluebonnets, and yeah, we prayed nobody would tell her on church. Well, Sunday come around, and guess what? She didn't tell on us.
She didn't?
She knew.
You were lucky.
Well, but she scared us. And I remember when I was probably, I don't know, but I used to go by there and mow her yard for free. Can't get right. Hey, it's going, buddy. But yeah, I used to.
If anybody else wants to get in the box and talk, they can.
I've got 3.
Or sing or whatever they want to do. I see a lot of people are coming in. I don't want to take off your box for all them. I know they probably want to pick and grin with you.
Okay.
Me and you, we just like story time.
I know. Well, the boys, when they know when they get home, they know to go in there and.
You know how to play. Storm is trying to say you don't know how to play.
Right, whatever.
I can't get right.
Y'all can get in the boxes. I've got 3 boxes, guys. It ain't like that. There's plenty of room. Y'all will come in, talk, pick, grin.
We're just two friends always. We just always talk all the time at this time of the night or morning, whatever you want to say it. This kind of our thing.
Oh, man. Good times. Oh, Todd likes to talk like this, too. I'm glad. He went. But yeah, the boys come home, they go to bed. As soon as they can get in there, they know I'll wear their little ear out talking. Well, I want to know everything, when they get home.
Yeah.
And here's the funny part. They don't really want to talk to me when they first get home. They'll talk to their mama. And then they they make the rotation. One will come into me and one will go into mama. And they just, I don't know.
Boys always love their mama.
Yeah. Yeah. They're all mama's boys in one way or another.
That's how my son is with my parents. My stepdad, which I call him dad, he's been my dad for years. My dad's 74, and my mom is 59. So
yeah,
my dad's taking my son. He bought an RV that you drive, and he's taking him all across the United States this summer to show him everything he wants to do. Because every year he takes him to do something because he says, I'm not going to make it next year, so I need to do this. And every year he keeps on doing more and more.
I told the boys I need a grandkid. I've got a lot of great nieces, great nephews, great nieces. I've got a great niece that's 14.
Yeah. But no grandbabies.
Yeah.
My daughter's pregnant. She's
lucky.
Almost 12 weeks. Yeah, she's 12 weeks pregnant.
Are you happy?
My daughter's 20. My son is 9, and so there's almost 11 years there, and then for my grandbaby will be 11 there. So there's 11 between daughter, son, and grandbaby. 11 years between all of them.
Wow, that's hard to do. You couldn't plan it.
Yeah. I started all over. I mean, all over.
But you couldn't have planned that way.
No. Well, they told me I could never have children again. They said it's done. You can never have kids. You're fit. Everything's done. I did 7 years in vitro, 9 shots a day. They're like, you're done. And then all of a sudden, God said, yes, you are. So,
Oh, I think I can honestly say I think she planned every one of them. Again, I was just told what to do, and she's just not in here. I can swear up now that's the truth. Yeah. And people say what they want, this, that, and the other about the other one, but until you have a wife that actually takes care of everything, you don't understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, this woman takes care of everything around here. Well,
I need to go to the little girl's room real quick, so I'm going to get off here, but I'll still be in the line.
Well, stay in there. Just stay right there because as soon as you get back, I'm going to go make coffee. I need a cup.
Okay.
Go use the restroom. What do you think? Your dad? Oh, wow. I'm sorry, Kent. I understand what you're saying, buddy. My dad whooped my butt 2-3 times a week. I started going to the shop with him when I was probably 10. I thought that was going to be fun and cool. Oh my God, Rick, you can't go. That's why I told my brother, you got to stay home. Was I wrong? I should have never went up there. Well, my dad wasn't everything when he passed. Uh, he whooped my butt. Bad part is I needed every one of them. Hey, Star. We did, gal. All right, I'm not losing if there's other people over the side. Uh, wow. We've been on here an hour and a half. Cat, you want to come in the wind and talk? That's we're more or less sitting around talking and singing the blues and having a good time. Oh, this can play some. Here's the other thing. I hear you. I stay in trouble. Oh, wow. Oh. Thank you. I'm gonna try something. I want to show you something about this guitar, and I'm gonna see if I can get it to do this. I'm not sure how to do it. Hmm. Can you see that in there? Could you see inside of it? See if I can get where. I can't see what's going on in it. Yeah. Can you read what it says? And up there on the back of the neck. That's the only place it says anything. That's where it came from. I bought it. That's the only thing I really, if you want to know the truth, it's the only thing I remember about being there. Uh, it's got a crack too, actually. And I know I've been beating it. I've been beating on it since '69. Oh, more than the feeling. Yeah, it came from Woodstock. If you hadn't figured out where it's from, and this is another weird. Look at the knobs. Aren't they weird? The silver part come out of this one, but they're just weird knobs. They're weird shapes. Go down flat, left on main. You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. That's all coming through the mic. I know it is. See, it's all mine. Yep. Hey, Storm. Hey, it's probably going to be in the Sunday. I'm going to try. Well, 6 hours. Well, 5 hours from now. I'm doing guitar room, baby. Uh, Well, Kent, why don't you just come in and play with me? Storm quit. Have you got your guitar out? I break that out. I won't play that until you get your guitar, Bubba. Long, long time ago, I can still remember how the music made me smile. I knew if I had my chance, I could make those people dance, and maybe they'd be happy for a while. But February made me shiver with every paper I delivered. I could not take one more step upon another doorstep. And they were singing, my Miss American Bound, you're my September. Ah, now I'm hot. I'd rather be a scamper. My Miss American Bound, my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Good old boys were drinking whiskey and rum, singing, this will be the day that I die. This will be the day that I die. Storm, come in and play one. Give me a break. I want some coffee. Somebody come in and talk. Cool. I don't care. People put a lot more into this than they need to. My bird, there's a lot of things that I don't let out. I just don't put it out here, guys. It is not worth. A lot of you people are putting a lot of things out here on this thing that you don't need to. I had a bank account hacked, whatever you want to call it, and they ran off with some money. And the cool part about it was, well, it wasn't cool. Still, the funny part about it was actually a tax account where I paid quarterly taxes for my employees, and then the government takes it kind of when they want to. It's not a, I don't know, my accountant, my wife, I really never did anything with that. You have to put that money in that account. That's just the way it is. But after you put the money in the account, you really don't do anything. They draw it out when they want. If you've ever owned a company or anything, you'll know what I'm talking about. But they hacked that account and run off with the money. Being a tax account that way, it was a federal offense, and the guy was in California. So, laws do work. I got to untie this and get a cup of coffee. I've got to have a cup of coffee. If anybody want to come and talk, you're ready to. Otherwise, I'm going to get a cup of coffee. Storm, come in and talk. Ain't going to hurt you. All right. Why in the morning time? Okay, I got you. Both of you. There you go. You in, Kane? Good. Let me get a cup of coffee, guys. Y'all sit in bull for a minute. Just take a second. I got one of those Keurig.
I'll wait till he gets back in here. It is a Fender. It was my grandfather's. No, I am not selling the guitar. I just had a bad night. Last night on live, I decided I was going to hang it up, and then I got told not to. I went into somebody's live last night that I have on here, and some other guy was in the live too, and she asked me to play Purple Rain. So I went and played Purple Rain, and the guy's like, "Oh, I've heard a lot better. You suck." So I got out of the live and I just left.
I gotta get my glass back. I want to read that shit. What are you playing, Storm?
Okay, that's it. You missed it.
I'm sorry. What were you playing?
I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. I was telling everybody else on here. Somebody was asking me if I was going to sell guitars.
Why would you sell your guitar?
Well, I went into somebody's live last night, and the female asked me if I could play Purple Rain. Well, I was like, yeah, I'm working on it. I'll give you what I can.
Well, when I did, I played it. She's like, that's good. Well, there was a guy in her live, too, and he's like, oh, I've heard better. You suck.
Really?
So it's like, yeah, that does it. I'm done. So,
Can I tell you something?
yeah, go ahead.
Who do you think I play for?
I don't know.
Me. The rock star quality and all that bullshit, that's been gone from my wife for a long time ago. She don't think I'm cute. My little antics, she knows every little dumb dad joke I tell. You get the point, what I'm saying. So all these trolls that come in here and say, well, you missed this note. You don't sing good. I don't hear a lot of it, but I do hear some of it. And I don't care. If you don't like what I'm telling you anymore, if you don't like it, ain't nobody telling you to stay here.
Right.
So I sing for me and I play for me. And if you want to know the real reason I sing is to keep my place in the song. That's it.
Right.
So if you don't think you sing, and honestly, if you don't think I don't get out of pitch every once in a while, you're wrong. You don't think Todd, ask Todd. It happens. It just, you'll have a bad day. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what he was telling me. He's like, forget the haters, man.
Don't worry about that, bud. Anytime anybody say anything about your guitar playing or you can't play it, I wouldn't worry about it. And Prince, I can't sing Prince. I'm not going to try. Little Red Corvette. Do you remember that when he done that?
No. I bet you one time one steers Purple Rain.
Do it, Bo. I want to hear it.
Never meant to cause you sorrow. Never meant to cause you any pain. I don't want to see you laughing. Only want to see you laughing. Purple rain, purple rain. Never wanted to be your weekend lover. All you wanted to be some kind of friend. Baby, I never can be search and say that a friendship has you. Purple rain, purple rain. Only wanna see you laughing in the purple. Honey, I know times are changing. Time to reach out. I mean to you. Say you wanna be here, but you can't be up your mind. I think it'd be better Let me guide you to the purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. There you go.
Wow. What key are you playing that in?
I'm playing it in G.
Okay. Do you have a capo?
No, I don't.
Okay. Get one.
Okay. How much do they cost?
$10.
Okay.
The reason I'm going to show you something. This is the reason I have tell everybody to get capo. You tune it in A440, which is standard tuning with any tuner. Then,
Right.
when you're singing, you're going to sing in this, and it's going to sound wow. Clean that up a little bit. Yeah. Good. Well, I heard people talking just the other day. All right, now then, when you throw your capo on it, you're going to throw it on the first fret. And what you're going to do when you put it there on the first fret, you just drop your voice a half a key.
Okay.
So those
Still
places,
playing G, right?
you're still going to play the same chords. There's people talking just the other day. See, it's a lot easier for you to sing it.
Cool.
And the thing about it is, don't worry about it. If you move that, I've played with people that play on the fifth fret. Let me think if I can play it. Let's see. No, it's Here Come the Sun. Anyways, and you put it on the fifth fret, and then you play it in a D. I don't remember it. It's been too long. But that's where you play it at. So, but the further you move the capo up, the lower it's going to make your voice range.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
But yeah. And I know I'm just trying to help you. If you don't want advice,
Yeah, I've been wanting to get one, but I just didn't know how the heck to work these stupid things.
well, yeah, but if nobody's around to tell you,
Right.
now there's something else I'm gonna tell you. And I don't want you to get offensive, but this is you're never gonna sound like Prince.
Right.
I don't care how often you practice. That man spent years inside of his daddy was beating on him, so he'd sit in there in his bedroom and play because he couldn't do nothing else.
Right.
He's a pretty cool guy, really. I mean, he had a rough life that people don't realize. But you're never going to sound like that man. Anybody that you can come up with that you think you're going to sound like, you're not. They're different. They're an individual.
Right.
So why try? Make it your own is what I'm trying to say. If you'll look, a lot of songs I played, I play the same chords they do. I'll slow the time down. I'll pick them different. I make them mine. I do. And here's another thing you can do. Instead, when you start tuning your guitar, do you have a tuner?
Yes, I do.
All right. Instead of your E, put it to D sharp. Cut everything back one step or one note.
Okay.
And that way it'll also make it lower so you can sing better. Now, if that man he could go up there, Bubba. Not everybody can go up as high as he could. That man had, you know what I'm saying? He had a lot of range. That's it. Thank you for putting that away, Kyle. Yeah, Impact teams, I've been playing fiddle I play a fiddle better than I do a guitar. And it shocks people when they find that out, really. But
So I can play a mandolin better than I can guitar.
that don't shock me. And you like it too, don't you?
Yes, I do.
All right. A mandolin is
I'm learning the guitar. My brother was trying to learn the guitar, and my brother passed away a month ago.
I'm sorry.
So I thought, you know what? I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to try to learn it. And in like 3 days, I had C, D. Well, I already knew my G, C, and D. Then A, and then E minor. Yeah, that's what I got so far.
Okay. The other thing people don't get, chords are pretty basic. But you're going to take G, C, and D, and you're going to do a lot with it now. I play in G. I transpose everything to G. And I know you know what the first, fourth, and the fifth are?
The what now?
First, the fourth, and the fifth.
No.
Okay. I didn't think you did. And I throw it out there like that so I can explain it to people where they'll understand it. When you play in the key of G, what's you're right, it's musical theory. The key of G, you're going to play a G, which is your first, and then you go second, third, the fourth is C, and the fifth is D. That's where you figure out where you get what key is.
I got you.
And it's the first, fourth, and the fifth. And you take A, and if you're playing the key of A, it's going to be A, then B and C are dead, so you got D and E. And if you're in the key of G, since you know this key, you're going to play G, C, A minor, and D. And you can see what I'm playing, right? Let me turn it. My stupid shoulder hurts, guys. And if you look, I'm always drooping down like that. And they say that he says, swears up and down, this is all going. I'm going to have all kinds of relief and jumping for joy and I don't know, all kinds of shit on Tuesday.
You left-handed?
No, I'm right-handed. It transposes it through the camera.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, that guitar looks like it was backwards. I was like, holy crap.
No, it's the way it works in the camera. Now, you're playing G, C, and D. You know A minor?
I don't know A minor.
See it? You know E?
Yes.
Take it down one chord, one set of strings. There you go. And now then we're going to do G, D, and A minor. Now you're going to rotate the A minor and the C. And this is the key of G. But it comes out. Knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's love. My come take his badge away from me. See what I'm doing?
That's cool.
All right. Then we're going to change it up a little here. Yeah, a lot of people do. But we're going to do this. See it? Now. Almost to heaven, West Virginia. Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Those are all the chords you just told me you knew.
Cool. And what was that you was just playing in?
Key of G, but it's Country Roads, John Denver.
Yeah, that's another one that I've been practicing too.
Here's another one that he does that I love. That's a really easy song, and people don't get it, how easy it is. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine almost makes me high. If I had the day I get to you, a day just like any other day. See, G, C, and D.
Cool.
Remember old Boston song, More Than a Feeling? That's all it is. Here's another one I do a lot of. Oh, all right, make your D chord and watch what I'm doing. It's really a cool little trick. Every time when I get my, trying to get it where you could see. Can you see my chords now?
Yep.
All right. I go to a C, but I keep my D, more or less. And then I'm going to actually work it over to a G. And it's a Marshall Tucker trick. Marshall Tucker's the one that started that. I think. He's the first one I ever seen do it anyway. But it's... Waiting on the freight train down at the station, gonna jump off and nobody knows. Is that helping you?
Yeah.
That's it. Now then, we're going to work some Eagles in there. But since you seem to like those, let's start off with this. I like the way it's sparkling in the air. Get your skin so brown. I'd like to sleep with you in the desert tonight, with a million stars all around. I get a peaceful, easy feeling. I know you won't. Does that help?
It does, man.
Made my day, brother.
How about?
Let me let somebody in thinking. Is that you can't get right? Yep.
Say what?
Can't get right was one in the window.
Are you talking to me or talking to them?
Oh, I had to push a button. I had to use my thumbs, guy, but my fingers, if you've ever seen, look, This is what you're going to do to yourself. See these?
Oh, I know. I already got the calluses.
Uh,
That does it burn.
I put out cigarettes with mine. I mean, they're 56, 57. You can look. They got string marks in them. If you can see them, I don't know. Where the person on the string, they've got marks. You know what I like to do to little kids? I'll be up front. Little kids come around me and I'll tell them, feel that? See how slick that is? They say, yeah, how'd you do that? I said, well, I picked my nose. Is it slimy? You ought to see some of them. I like to do little girls that way. I ain't right.
I bet this is the words of. Was